Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Chakadash. The bond is to the apostles, elders, GMS, who outside taking to Akim out there pushing his word and truth and sincerity, risking freedom of your life to do so, more so now than ever before, because we are close to the end, as you can see from prophecy. Bear with me. Now, this is a pretty old article or whatever, but I've been meaning to do a video on it. This is from New African Magazine.com. And we here at Green Millstone in a lot of other Israelite camps, we explain the truth of the Bible. Thus saith the Lord, as it is written, to identify who's who. And when we say this man is Esau, we're not making it up. It's a fact. All right. And Esau hated Jacob. And let's get that real quick. Morning, my father. This is Genesis 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Because Jacob, if we read the story, Jacob finessed his father, Isaac, because Isaac, in his old age became blind. He couldn't see. He lost his sight. And Jacob's mother, Rebecca, told Jacob, look, your father's about to bless Esau with everything because he's the firstborn. He's entitled to the inheritance. So Jacob ended up, finessing, long story short, finesse Esau out of the birthright, the blessings that belong to the firstborn. See what I'm saying? So Esau hated Jacob for the blessing, and Esau said in his heart, in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then when I slay my brother Jacob. Now, again, that happened thousands of years ago, but that sentiment of hatred was still on Esau against Jacob. Now, if we know who's Jacob, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it will only make sense. Well, who's caused the most evil to the children of Israel? For seemingly no reason. And of course, you put one and one together, it's Esau, so-called white man. So it says, we deliberately spread AIDS in South Africa. So this is the guy that was behind, one of the heads or the masterminds behind spreading AIDS in South Africa, because for years, in Esau's media and school system, he would say Africa is full with AIDS. The people are unhealthy, they're disease ridden. You know what I mean? Esau just spread all this propaganda and slander against the people of Africa. And a lot of those people are the Israelites, a lot of the Africans. Not all of them, but a lot of them are the children of Israel. So it says, in a shocking confession, and why is this not on the major news? Because Esau does this. In a shocking confession, Esau is a mastermind of death, Wherever he goes, death is going to follow. Just the other day, there was a school shooting. Guess who did it? Need I not say more? So it says, in a shocking confession, that's why this is not surprising to us, because they Esau's blessing was a sword. That's another identifying factor. Esau was known to wield that sword, and he used it well. So it says, in a shocking confession made on camera and a new document released last month, a former member of South Africa's apartheid-era intelligence service, says that the AIDS virus and other diseases were deliberately spread amongst the population in an effort to kill off as many blacks as possible. His confession, considered just the tip of the iceberg, has reignited the simmering debate about the whole phenomenon of AIDS in Africa. See, so it says, in a shocking confession made on camera in a new documentary, Cold Case Hamas Jod, a former member of South Africa's apartheid-era intelligence services, says that AIDS virus and other diseases were deliberately spread amongst the population in an effort to kill off as many blacks as possible. His confession, considered just the tip of the iceberg. All right, cool, we read that. Until February 2019, most Africans did not know about the Sundance Film Festival, a program of Sundance Institute, which takes place annually in Park City, Utah, in America. Now they know because something controversial happened at the festival this year that will live with Africans for a long time to come. Having had 224,900 attendees in 2018, Sundance is the largest independent film festival in the U.S. This year, it took place between 24 January and the 3rd of February. The attendance figure is not yet out. It says, what is out is controversy, a damning confession by a former apartheid-era operative who admitted on camera in one of the films shown that he and his colleagues at the South African Institute for Maritime Research, which masterminded coups and other forms of violence across Africa in the 1970s and 80s, deliberately spread the HIV virus in the Southern African region to wipe out black people. So when we say that Esau kept this hatred, it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So look, Ezekiel 35, verse 5, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesied against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. Now Mount Seir is talking about Esau Edom, all right, because, his heritage was given the mountains. That's why they call them Caucasians. What does Caucasian mean? Cave dweller, people that lived in caves, all right? So it's all making sense? And I will stretch out my hand while I'm against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know I am the Lord, or caps, Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. Right, Esau had a perpetual hatred. What does perpetual mean? Never ending or changing, occurring repeatedly so frequent as to seem endless or uninterrupted, right, man? When you go in Africa to spread AIDS and set up military coups to have war amongst the Africans, which are really the children of Israel, it seems like, what's the problem? Why? What do you benefit? It's not like they set up spread AIDS because they profited money. It clearly said in the article that this guy wanted to kill off, him and his crew wanted to kill off as many blacks as possible. That's why we don't trust Esau's systems and Esau's medicine, because, this is what they do, man. This is their blood. It's nonstop. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sif thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right, so because they didn't hate to shed blood, the Heavenly Father is going to shed theirs. And this is a long read, so I'm not going to read all of it. It says, so reading on. So the guy that we see in the picture, it says Alexander Jones, that's was his name, who says he spent years as intelligence officer with SAIMR 30 years ago, became the center of attraction on the third day of Sundance Festival when the Danish/Swedish made documentary Cold Case Marsjold was screened. Sources in South Africa say SAIMR was linked to country's notorious chemical and biological warfare program headed by Dr. Walter Bosson, a program which apartheid racists use as a cover to kill black people in South Africa and beyond, or them serious harm, or do them serious harm. So not to kill them, if not to kill them, do them serious harm. The racist operational area was what used to be called the Frontline States, now known simply as the SADC region. We cover Dr. Basson operation in detail in our 2001 November edition. South Africa's CBW program also had links with Rhodesia, and the PID did a lot of harm to black Africans, including spreading cholera and other dangerous diseases in the region, and topping it up with HIV/AIDS experimentation. Worse, when independence was approaching in Zimbabwe, they are suggesting that Ian Smith's Rhodesian government, with tacit support from South Africa, rushed to remove the evidence by killing a lot of black people who were subject to the CBW experiments. See, look at this. And this is a long read, man, but it just goes into how, Esau orchestrated the plan to wipe out, essentially cause genocide against the children of Israel. All right? And we got a lot of Israelites, especially in South and West Africa, and this is the guy, man. That's why this blood is going, the judgment of the Lord is going to be so harsh to Esau Edom, to the point where Esau Edom is going to be wiped out, according to Obadiah. All right? Because the track record and the history of blood is so vast and great that it can't be, at this point, it can't be forgiven. It's too much. It's just too much. So when the Heavenly Father, as he does, when he gets ready to judge and make war against Esau and punish the people, it's just going to be terrible, man. It's going to be a terrible judgment. But it's a judgment well-deserved for the history and past crimes of what they did. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Al-Shah, Ba'ashim Al-Chakadash, the honors to the apostles, Elder GMS Ruel. Salutation, peace unto you, brothers, that risk your freedom and your life to push this word. Until next time, Lord willing, Shalom.